Hello. Welcome back to another video. Today we're reacting some good old Taylor the Fiend, fellow VTuber, more specifically a PNG tuber. But yeah, she is furious because Chad refused to date her. Oh boy, let's get into this shit show.
To. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, I have some very entitled videos for you here today.
Little side note, the Bloodborne here on the wall. I just recently learned that Bloodborne finally has a proper not 1-to-1, but it finally has a fucking a PC emulator port, and I am getting that shit set up. And if I can get it to work properly, that's gonna be my. I'm gonna put the drunken mage on hold, and I'm gonna straight up just do the beer drunk hunter playthrough, which is just a drunk through. But yeah.
Today from none other than Modern Women, excuse me. So we're going to be jumping into this clip right here first, and then we will return to the one that I played during the intro. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Ooh. And let's jump right into it.
I have to rant about men.
Oh boy, so here we go.
If you don't want to hear me rant about men, then keep scrolling.
I wish I could.
This does not apply to any one person, and obviously I'm in a very public relationship, and so this does not necessarily apply to me or my relationship, but I've been talking to my friends all day, actually even family over the weekend, about just the holiday season and how frustrating it is to be the person who handles the mental burden.
Okay, first of all, mental burden is not real. You have these entitled women who like to make up words so it seems like they're actually doing something and that they're somehow oppressed in their own relationships. That's first of all. Second of all, guys, I love how these women, man, they come on TikTok and they start trash talking men in their own words, by the way, going on a rant about men.
Yeah, that's fucking
Meanwhile,
cringe.
They're in a public relationship and they are actively talking about their own relationships. It might surprise modern women to know, but dudes actually don't like this, and it's honestly very disrespectful. Can you guys imagine a dude came on the internet and he's like, yeah, man, let me just go on a rant about women. Now, obviously, I have a very...
Just a dude just goes on TikTok and starts going off. It's like, oh my god, women and their periods. Oh my god, so emotional. Just because they bleed once. That would be fucking wild. That dude would be crucified on the spot. People would be asking for him. Also, what fucking mental burdens are there? I'm not in the best financial situation, but even I was able to at least afford gifts for my families and not stress about it. It might have been paycheck to paycheck and shit, but at least I was able to get it done. And I wasn't out here bitching and moaning on the internet like, oh my god, it's so difficult to buy gifts for my family. You know, bro, just fucking grow a pair of titties. You know, you always tell guys to grow a pair of balls, grow a pair of titties, woman up, get your shit together. You want to be treated as equals? Well, here it is. Get your shit together and don't fucking complain on the internet. Like, what? It just makes you seem fucking unhinged and crazy.
Very public relationship with a woman, but you know what? I just hate having to pay all of the bills and they never put in any effort. It's like that dude would be absolutely crucified in 2 seconds, man. I don't understand why these people love to make their relationship
details
not even
these
public,
people. It's mostly just women,
man, and then insist that
it's not even women. It's like these extremely leftist women and some weird pick me dudes who are filled with estrogen because of these women that they're in relationships with. Then they become fucking liberals just like them. Not regular extremists, liberal extremists, and they go on the internet and instead of shit talking women, they shit talk other fucking guys like they're women in the relationships. They're like, my girlfriends, my female friends, they tell me about their boyfriends and how they're so misogynistic, and all y'all men just need to chill out. Like, that'll be a dude, and you're just sitting here like, what? No guy out here wants to be lectured by another fucking guy, especially one that's drinking like soy fucking lattes and shit like that.
They're not complaining about their man. It's so stupid. If you have something to discuss, maybe you should actually take it up with your significant other.
Yeah, do that shit in private.
Vague words on the internet and on TikTok.
Actually, even like family over the weekend about just like the holiday season and how frustrating it is to be the person who handles the mental burden in a relationship. Even like outside of the holiday season, but I think a lot of women feel it during the holiday season.
Yeah, so we have women over here taking the mental burden in relationships, guys. But of course, we don't talk about, I don't know, the financial burden, right?
Yeah.
Or things that are actually tangible, that are real, you know, that doesn't constitute vague language. Just so weird to me, guys, how modern women, they just make up crap on TikTok to complain about a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like, why are you coming on TikTok to bitch and moan about all of this mental burden you're feeling? Why wouldn't you just go to your boyfriend and tell them, be like, hey, you know, I'm really stressed out mentally, and I really need just like a rock right now to hold me real solid. You know, I need someone to be my foundation. You know, like I feel I'm very emotional right now. I'm like really mentally taxed with the holiday season. Yeah, blah blah blah. And just go to your fucking man about this shit. Why are you coming to the internet to like say this shit? And if you're a fucking single mom, you blew your shit, dude. Like, what? Like, my mom's a single mom and she doesn't like bitch and moan on the internet about not being able to afford Christmas gifts or some shit like that. Like, fuck, like literally all I asked her for was like, oh, can I have this headset for Christmas? Like my one thing that I ask for once a year. And even then I'm like real fucking nervous about asking, or I feel bad for asking for shit. And she was like, yeah, sure, that's no problem. And I was like, thank you. But yeah, like, it's like, what? Like, and literally I was like, I had gifts. They didn't know that shit. But I was like, oh, are we going to go to the living room? She's like, well, for what? We only have the one gift for you. And I was like, well, I have gifts. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, just come to the living room. I want to give out the gifts. Yeah, it's so weird, dude.
Because the all police like to come to my channel. Taylor's saying all women are like this. No, I'm not saying all women are this damn crazy. I'm just highlighting the crazy ones on TikTok. And also, there are...
I also find that stupid, dude. Like, I hate people who are like that. They're like, oh, not all women. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We're obviously not talking about all women. We're just generalizing. It's called a generalization. It's so weird to me that people don't fucking realize that when they're watching a video. They can't, you have two brain cells or some shit. You can't figure out that we're generalizing. Like, not all women are bad. Some of us are good. Yeah, no shit. No shit, but we're reacting to crazy fucking women, so we're oh shit. So we're generalizing to crazy fucking women. Like, that's always fucking irked me and shit. Even when I say like certain VTubers should be more modest and shit and shouldn't slut themselves out, people are like, not all VTubers are like that. You obviously haven't heard of Doki Bird or all these other VTubers. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm obviously focusing and talking about VTubers like that one stupid bitch that set all VTubers back 20 fucking years when she opted to go on Twitch with her model fully fucking nude. Those are the people I'm talking about. People who thirst trap, who have their models doing thirst trappy shit. That's who I'm talking about. I'm obviously not talking about your fucking perfect goddess of a waifu. And it's so cringe. Oh, but if I say it, it's misogyny. Just because I'm generalizing and people can't piece together that I'm obviously not talking about Doki Bird or Mori Calliope or Iron Mouse. Like, holy shit, dude. It pisses me off when the all police show up and they're like, no, my waifu isn't a part of this, or whoever I'm simping for.
I will say, though, there are a lot of modern women who do believe in this nonsense. Yeah, I do all the mental labor. Okay, how about the actual labor? Can we talk about that for
the
a second?
physical labor?
Probably not, right?
In a relationship, even like outside of the holiday season, but I think a lot of women feel it during the holiday season. For instance, my mom
Okay, here we go.
went shopping for gifts.
Oh,
and
boy.
my dad was like, "Ugh, now I have to figure out the dinner plan." And I'm like, do you not eat? I'm sorry, what? And also, she's going gift shopping, so you don't have to. So
I mean,
Okay, but I'm pretty sure this is all on his dime, though. So, what's your point here exactly?
she's probably spending his money.
Yeah, like I
And we're
said,
not going to talk about that, for example. The
Yeah.
money that the dude probably worked hard for, she's going out and spending it on gifts. By the way, holiday
Yeah, and they're all
seasons
probably
are a complete
expensive
scam,
gifts
man.
up the
Like,
ass.
I absolutely, don't get me wrong, I'm not against the holiday spirit and Christmas and things like this,
yeah.
but I do think it is absolutely a retail scam where you know, modern
Mhm,
women just,
mhm,
they are
mhm.
spending way above and beyond what needs to be spent. And it's just an excuse. And women just bite so hard on advertisement, man. As far as I know, consumer debt.
They buy
a
all
lot
this
of it is
useless
taken on, at least
shit,
the majority
dude.
of it is by women.
I
That's why
bought
most
conventional
marketing efforts
gifts. I bought
are,
like my brother and my mom
targeted
shoes.
towards women because
I
they
bought
go out
my
here and they spend a whole
grandmother
bunch
some
of money on things
slippers,
that aren't even
some
necessary.
warm slippers
I
because
said
it's
this
cold
recently
right
in a video,
now.
guys, but you can get like someone
Got my
was
grandfather
complaining
some
about a gift
scally
and it not
caps
being
'cause he loves
expensive enough,
those.
and the dude asking for a discount in like a boutique store or something.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, man, dudes will go out here. They will literally be given socks on Father's Day, and they will still be
Yeah.
happy, man. Nothing wrong with some socks, but these women, it's like no,
conventional
they've
gifts.
got like five. They've got their 1,000 list of different gifts that they have to get for some.
and they're all
distant
useless.
relative. Like with his money, by the way.
Yeah, it's like
All right.
I never
you
understood
not
this.
eat? I'm sorry,
I never
what?
understood
And
this
also-
whole hating of conventionally useful gifts. Like, what's wrong with receiving clothes for Christmas? Like, you're gonna it's some shit you're gonna wear every day and wear out. Like, oh no, you gave me socks. Oh no, I guess I have to throw out the old ones that have holes in them now. Oh no, my sock. Like, what?
She's going gift shopping, so you don't have to. So I'm confused. And it's like, if you're going to a party, I feel like most of the times it's on the woman to buy the gift. And
What?
it's also on the woman to wrap it.
I wrapped all my
Oh,
gifts. They were
no,
shittily
guys,
wrapped, but I
women,
wrapped
they
them.
have the mental burden of buying crap and wrapping it. Number one, nobody's forcing you to buy and wrap things. Number
Yeah.
two, whose money are you spending? Because
By the way, sometimes this whole quote unquote wrapping that they do is just some oversized like holiday bag with that shitty ass like very thin paper on top. That's about it. Like, and it's like, here's your and then it's like or it's just the bag and it's closed by a piece of tape. I did that shit with my grandmother's slippers, but guess what? I used a tote bag. It's reusable. So not even the bag can go to waste. Another conventional gift.
usually it's the dude's money. Oh,
Yeah.
guys, it's just so hard to spend a man's money, you know?
So
Like,
hard.
shut up.
His hard-earned money.
That's like a dude, and he's like, man, let's just say the woman cooks a meal every night, and he's like, you know what? I'm so sick of having to like set the table and then
do
like,
the
when
dishes.
I eat the food, I'm full, you know? Like
And then having to
doing
chew the food
easiest
when I
part,
put it
man.
in my
I had a
mouth.
woman actually recently on one of these videos, I kid you not, she was complaining about the mental load of having to figure out when they were running out of toothpaste and having to
What the
buy
fuck?
toothpaste. And like, you
Yeah,
just cannot keep these women
what?
happy, can you?
No, you
But
can't.
the mental load of buying gifts, it's just too damn high. This is why dudes don't want to marry you, by the way. Oh, we've been together for 6
Just a quick
years and he
pump and
doesn't
dump.
want to marry me. Yeah, no,
Smash
crap, he
and
doesn't want
pass.
to marry you because you believe in things like the mental load, and getting gifts is a giant pain in the ass for you. Maybe if you thought ahead, by the way, so many of these women don't think ahead for gift getting or anything like that. They do it on
They
the
don't.
most busy possible time they possibly could.
Yep. I had my
That was
gifts
just
planned
my
out in
problem. I
advance.
simply
Like,
do not
a
care. And
month
by the
or
way,
a month and
a
a
lot of
half
these
in
gifts that they're
advance.
getting, just for other women. Most dudes, like, yeah, they'll appreciate a gift, but we don't require material things in order to be, like, we don't require women to have to go out there and get us things, you know? A lot of guys, man, are really content with just being around a peaceful woman. You don't have to get him a whole bunch of gifts or anything. And I think a lot of guys truly are this way. They don't mind receiving socks for
Yeah.
Christmas, even though a lot of women would consider that an insult. They're just glad
Yeah,
that
that's
they
so
were thought about,
stupid,
you know?
dude.
because it literally does not come across a guy's mind.
No, what women want are like these Victoria's Secret type panties and shit that she'll only wear once for you, and that's about it. She'll only wear them like once or twice during sexy time. And then after that, they go to like the bottom of the drawer. That or she's wearing them for another dude. If she's that type of, you know, that type of whammon.
That they should do it. And I just feel like women don't need men the way that they used to when like the world required a man to make the whole income, and like it's a different world.
Then what
now.
are you
Like, we don't
bitching
need men
about?
the way that they used to?
Then why are
Okay,
you sitting
so
here
go out there and buy
complaining?
your own crap then. Pay your own bills then. Not my problem. You see,
Quit
women,
bitching
they
on the
love to
internet
say
saying that
stuff
you're
like
a
this. I don't
single
need no
mom,
man.
all sad
I could
that you
do
can't
everything
afford
myself.
shit, and that
But
men
the
don't want to
problem
date
is when
you.
reality starts to happen. Okay, when the bills get a little bit too high and no guy is paying your income for you, paying your rent for you, for example,
Damn.
or the man's not pitching in on the mortgage.
Oh man, I'm like fucking guilty of this shit, but I've learned my lesson. I'm not paying for any woman's shit anymore if I start dating a woman, unless she's my wife. Unless we get married, then I'm just gonna start paying your shit. I had the unfortunate fucking luck. I had the unfortunate situation where I was stupid enough to start paying for my girlfriend's shit, only for her to bleed me fucking dry on useless shit, then bitch and moan that she can't afford to fucking eat when I send her money to eat, to buy food, and then she would fucking waste it on like fucking Fortnite or some shit like that. And I'm just like, why? I thought you were gonna I sent you money for food. Why are you fucking wasting it on useless fucking shit? And then all of a sudden I'm the bad guy for pointing this out. Like, oh, you don't love me. You think I won't bring up money again. And I'm just like, bro. Now that I think back on it, I'm like, bro, I'm a fucking dumbass. I'm a dumbass for all that shit. Live and learn. Don't make the same mistakes I fucking did. Cause holy shit, you're gonna find yourself hating fucking, just hating in general. But yeah.
Mortgage this week because he doesn't feel like paying 80 or 100% of it.
Yeah.
Imagine if dudes stopped doing their traditional obligations in these long-term relationships and marriages and so on, simply because we felt like we were doing too much mental labor. These relationships, these marriages would completely dissipate, man. You know what? I don't feel like paying the rent, this week because I don't really need a woman, and I think I'm just taking on too much of the mental load. All of the relationships would instantly dissipate. You don't need no man. Okay, stop accepting resources from them. We'll see how that lasts.
Quit trying to get child support.
I've seen single mothers, by the way, who are accepting child support from the man, and oftentimes alimony too. Sometimes talking about how they don't need no man, and their entire lifestyle is essentially subsidized by the men financially. Like, shut the hell up. If this woman's...
And even after the kid becomes 18, which is when child support is supposed to stop because they're legally an adult, they still try to wring out more child support from them, which is fucking wild to me, dude. I fucking hate that shit. That's why you won't fucking catch me having a kid with one of these crazy fucking bitches. I ain't proposing to a woman until we're 5 years deep into a relationship. Until you can put up with my annoying ass, my natural annoying ass, me being a fucking gremlin at 2 a.m. for no fucking reason. If you can put up with that, you're the keeper. Especially for 5 fucking years. Without calling me annoying, without shitting on any of my hobbies. Like the moment a woman calls me annoying or starts shitting on my hobbies, I'll be like, all right, we're done. I'm outie.
Spending 100% of her money, she's not relying on this dude for rent or any sort of provisioning, fine. But
if I can't be myself around you, I don't want you.
Moment, they expect
I don't want you.
Let's continue.
It's a different world now. Like, we don't need men the way that they used to.
Then why are you sitting here bitching on the internet?
Yeah, we're in a point where I'm like, you really have to prove that this is worth my time and worth my energy. And if I have to choose between,
unless you got money,
that, you as a fully grown, fully capable adult should be able to just figure out. if I have
Like
to
you
choose between
figuring out a
reminding
job
you of those
application?
things, or potentially risking having like a shitty day because now I thought you might do it and you didn't, and so now I have to do it and pick up the slack and
Well,
like
okay. First and foremost, why aren't you communicating that you want your partner to do this shit? Huh? Men aren't fucking mind readers. Sorry, we're not Professor fucking Xavier from X-Men.
it's like and it's this is an experience
Goddamn.
that I feel
fucking
like all
entitled
women
ass
share.
women. On God.
Okay, so I'll make you a deal. You stop doing the mental labor, and men stop doing the actual labor, and then we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
So
Why don't you go
stop
out there
using
and
his money to
fucking
buy
mix
gifts and things
concrete,
like this and wrapping them because it's too
or do
difficult for you. The mental
sewage,
load is too
or be
high.
a garbage
And then the
man?
man will withdraw his financial support from you, and we'll see how this goes. Because I love this argument that modern women make. Oh, we don't need no man. I can do everything myself. And then dudes sit there, and you know what the dudes do? They go, okay, not a problem.
All right, do it by
And they
yourself
just
then.
bounce. And then the
Later,
women's
bitch.
lives are just completely in shambles.
It's just like, oh wait, no,
Again,
that's not what I
women,
meant.
There was this thing a while ago where women were out here choosing the bear.
Oh my
Go get
god, I
the
remember
bear
that
to
shit.
pay
That shit
your
was so
bills. Go get the
stupid.
bear to pay for your gifts. Not my problem. It's so crazy, man. Oh,
Choosing a bear
I'm
like
just
they're choosing
I'm just
fucking
gonna
Yogi.
Stop doing the mental labor. Okay, not a problem. I can't remember actually. That reminds me of a situation that happened recently. It was I can't remember what country this was. It was some small country somewhere, but a significant portion of the population, which was pretty much exclusively women, went on strike for like workers' rights or something like this, or wanting to be paid more. And then the economy during that day didn't change
a non-existent wage
bit
gap
at all. Like everything just ran so smoothly. This kind of reminds me of a similar situation. Oh, I'm not going to go out there and do the mental labor anymore. Okay, goodbye.
All right, later, bitch.
Like, please
Adios,
stop doing the mental
peace.
labor. I want to see how this plays out,
A lot
man.
of women just
And
got
again,
me like,
if the dude were to stop doing the actual labor, oh boy, she'd be
women
out
got
of
me
there,
like-
man. But don't worry, she don't need no man. Yeah, okay.
and this is an experience that I feel like all women share, and it is so frustrating. And I have to reiterate that this is not about me and my relationship.
sure. Oh, let me guess. It's
Anybody
one of your
believe that, man?
friends.
Anybody? Can I get a raise of hands in the comments?
Let me guess.
who
It's one
believes
of
that?
your
Here's the thing,
friends'
okay, let's just assume what this woman is
situationships.
saying is just the truth, right? Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. And it's not about your relationship. Is this not still just a really disrespectful thing to do, knowing that you're in a
Yeah.
public relationship? You know, like you're essentially just indirectly talking trash about your significant other, whether or not you claim it to be true or not. You don't need to get on the internet and go on about the mental labor and about choosing between you and somebody else. Like, this is obvious.
This just reminds me of another video. I don't know if it was by Tyler or if it was by Levi Nix, but it was essentially like this dude was ranting on TikTok about some fucking shit. Then his girlfriend stitched the video and was like, "Oh, so I guess we're communicating through TikTok now, huh?" And I was like, "Bruh, this is what happens when guys come on here." Oh my god, it just looks so bad for both of them. And it was on the same couch, dude. It was just so fucking shitty for both of them. They both just look terrible, dude. Like, holy shit. Take your relationship shit off of the internet, dude. Settle this shit in private.
Obviously a discussion that you two need to be having. Even if you insist that it's not him, I still think it's incredibly disrespectful to be in a public relationship and then still be making these sorts of comments that are pretty much obviously a direct reference to your
bitch.
relationship.
I'm actually very lucky in mine that, like, you know, my boyfriend was raised around a lot of women, and so there's lots of things that he does that I don't have to remind him about. But
Right, so he's a simp and he
he's
does things that
he's raised by a
does all of the
single
right
mama.
things. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out, guys. Because men who do all of the right things, who are raised by a bunch of women, you know what typically happens to these men? They get cheated on. They get used. You know, you think their relationships are going
I feel
well.
called
He's
out.
been in a 3-year relationship.
I feel called out now. Thanks, Tyler. But to be fair, he's right. I mean, I was used and abused. I mean, my first relationship in high school, my ex, she physically and verbally abused me. My second relationship was which was long distance. She emotionally and financially abused me. And my last relationship, which was in person, not long distance or online or anything, she verbally and financially abused me. So it's like, ha, fuck me, I guess. I guess I just have shitty choice in women. Can't see all the red fucking flags because I'm a dumbass. Anywho, taking better care of myself. This is also why I'm like, I don't want to date. I see these videos that Tyler makes or that Levi Nix makes, and I'm just like, bro, the fact that I live in California, which is where a majority of these women are, like, I get on the dating appages, and I'm just like, very demoralized. I like want to close it instantly again.
For him. Yeah, okay, we'll keep tabs on that, shall we? Because a lot of the time, these dudes are completely mistreated by women because they don't actually understand the negative behaviors that they can do. Like getting on TikTok and ranting about mental labor and trashing your relationship, for example. Because he's going to watch this and he's going to be like, oh, that man being raised by women is going to naively sit there and think, oh, this is fine. This isn't disrespectful. She's not talking about me, even though none of those things are true.
You know, like, it just feels like we're doing 3/4 of the work, and I don't want to.
Okay, we all know that's a load of crap.
I don't want to. You're just being normal. You're just meeting me 1/4 of the way. 1/4. I've been thinking about this for a week.
Well, that's how relationships are. There's this bullshit stigma that, or idea that men should contribute 100% or that it should be 50-50. It's like, no, a man and a woman, they need to equalize themselves out. And I forgot who it was. I saw a video, and it was this elderly, older woman. She's been married for like a very long time, and she said that it was never 50-50, and it was never like he does everything and I do nothing. It was always a mix of percentages of like he could only do 25 and she feels like she could do the 75, she'll do the 75. Or if there was a day where she could only do 10% and he had the energy to do the 90%, they would do that. Or if there was a day where they were both like at 20-20, they would sit down and have a chat and figure out how they could both get back up to equalizing to 100%, which in my opinion is a great way of looking at it. Not 50-50, not, oh, you do all the work and I reap all the reward. It's you both work on shit together and you pick up each other's slack depending on the day. That's how it should be. That's a real relationship right there, in my opinion. Which explains why they were married for so long.
It's the holidays. I'm just so frustrated. Anyway.
Oh no.
Right, so she's just thinking about it because it's the holidays. Don't worry, it has nothing to do with her relationship whatsoever, though. Ridiculous, man. Completely ridiculous. So if you're not thinking about your current relationship, does that mean you're thinking about previous ones or just
future ones? Hypothetical future ones?
It boggles the minds, gentlemen. It truly boggles the mind. But speaking of boggling the mind,
they act like they're Princess Peach and they're stuck in Bowser's castle waiting for their Mario to come save them. When in reality, they're more like that chick from the corner that's just standing there waiting for some dude to come up and ask her how much per hour. That's just
clip from the intro is so damn stupid. It actually makes me gag. Let's
oh god.
We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths before we jump into this one, and we will take a listen to what this very sane individual has to tell us.
I laugh every single time I see anything about like the male loneliness epidemic, because every woman I know is like the most beautiful, considerate, thoughtful, lovely person and is trying to find love.
Really?
Oh, he paused it. Oh, you know. I was like, oh god, video.
You cannot think of a single woman who is not
Bitch, you're like a 4.
This doesn't even make sense.
That's being generous.
The most beautiful,
and you even got like
person?
Makeup on.
But how can every woman be the most beautiful?
Forehead so big she needs bangs to cover it. You could tell she's probably like she already got them cheeks filling up and shit, developing that secondary chin down here. I can already see it.
And considerate,
gaining weight. Think she's a 10.
Sense, man. Yeah, every woman, the most beautiful, considerate. What else was here? Blah blah blah.
Loving and thoughtful,
and is trying to find love. But of course, guys, the men, these awful men, they're not.
Party
Oh shit, son of a bitch.
Man I encounter is fumbling
Every woman, the most beautiful, considerate, what else was
That's
here?
what I'm gonna do.
Blah, blah, blah. Thoughtful, lovely person and is trying to find love. But of course, guys, the men, these awful, awful men, they're not thoughtful. They're not loving. They're not trying to find love.
Yeah, no,
They're not
they're just
beautiful,
out
they're
here
just
trying to
scum.
use and
And,
abuse
we'll get
you.
into her
They're
particular
only
situation
good for
where
their
Chad didn't want
wallets
to
and
go
their
on a date with her.
semen.
lovely person and is trying to find love, and then every man I encounter is fumbling the baddest bitch on the planet because of their own ego or own self issues.
This
Oh yeah, there
is
you
one
go,
of
and
the
their
most
self
crazy
issues.
mindsets, by the way, that I see modern women have is if a man, okay, check this out. If a man doesn't want to take her seriously or date her, then apparently we are fumbling them. The baddest bee, by the way,
Yeah,
on
the
the
baddest
planet.
bitches
And
on
we're
the
doing
planet.
this because we have ego and self.
If you the baddest bitch, are you also gobbling it down like you're the baddest bitch? Are you backing that ass up on him like you're the baddest bitch? Are you doing your womanly duties while he how why was that? Are you doing your womanly duties of being his sexual release while he's providing for you, while he's being your financial release? Because it's a give and take. It's not just a take, honey. Like, you can't just sit here and be like, oh, I want a man to pay for all this, this, and this. And then if the man asks you for a fucking blowjob or a handy under the desk, you're like, no, I'm a woman. You need to treat me like a princess. Like, bitch, no. I'm not trying to treat you like a princess. I'm trying to treat you like my $2 whore. What?
Self issues.
The only difference is
Isn't
I'm gonna
that
put a
great?
ring
Imagine
on
if a
it.
dude
If you keep
made a
on being my
video
little
and he was
$2
like, you know
whore, but
what?
only for me.
This woman, she doesn't
Like, men want you to be a slut, but only a slut for us, not a slut for everyone else. We want you to gobble on our dick like you're trying to breathe life back into it. You know, and in turn, we provide for you financially, we give you security, and we listen to your emotional bullshit. You know, we be your rock. We never show our own emotions, but in turn, you gotta release our sexual desire, bro. It's a give and take. Adam was created for, or not Adam. Eve was created for Adam from his own rib. She was made in the image of a demon. So how about you be a bad demon bitch for us, and then we'll be your Prince Charming. You know? But
want to have intimacy.
These women want the Prince Charming, but they don't want to give anything in return. And not all men, and we don't just want sex and all, you know. We want the emotional shit too. We want the cuddling under the blanket on like a cold Christmas Eve. We want the watching your favorite whatever rom-com it may be while sitting on the couch, you know, just turn our brains off and watch whatever favorite fucking movie you might like. You never know. We might have the same interest in movies. Or both of our favorite movies could be the fucking Lord of the Rings extended trilogy edition. And we could just sit down and cuddle up by the blanket and watch that with some popcorn on a bowl. You know? Or some fucking juicy ass nachos or some loaded nachos. Loaded nachos are bomb. They're way better than popcorn, in my opinion, for date night. Not that I could relate, though. I've only had loaded nachos by my lonesome. Still bomb, though, when you're watching a movie. Not discounting the taste. But yeah, like, it's a give and take. It's not just a take.
With me, then obviously it's her ego that's in the way. It's her own self issues. Holy hell. Imagine, guys, if dudes were making videos like this and we flipped it around the other way.
Bitch on the planet because of their own ego or own self issues. I was supposed to go on a first date a week ago. This was with somebody that I had met in real life through a friend. We got along super well.
Yeah, so what she's trying to do here is she's trying to qualify, by the way, that this wasn't just from a dating application, because again, what she's trying to do
it was
is
probably
she's
most
trying
likely
to
from a
paint
dating
herself
app.
as somebody who's pure. Don't worry, we didn't meet on a dating application. We met through a mutual friend, you know, like back in the day.
That?
Everything's normal, nothing weird to see here. The signs, they have already spoken to me, gentlemen. I already know this is complete nonsense.
Oh, this was with somebody that I had met in real life through a friend. We got along super well. He honestly, he was doing everything right leading up to the date. He was like calling me and texting me and being really sweet, and even like texting our mutual
He probably
friend
said
and
some
being like,
crazy
"Oh,
fucking
like,
shit.
what does Tanya like?"
And he was like, oh, that's
he
a
was
red
doing
flag.
great.
Notice all these metrics, by the way. So
Yeah,
this is
all the
why you
shit they
don't
have to
listen
do.
women in regards to dating advice, by the way, is because their definition of doing things great leading up to a date, for example, is calling,
Simping,
and
essentially.
texting and doing all of this stuff. So yeah, calling, texting me, being really sweet.
It's funny because if this is all like, it also depends on the handsome spectrum. If a guy is handsome, this is seen as like, oh my god, he's charming, he's the Prince Charming. But if a guy is like a 9 or below, because let's be honest, all these bitches want the tens, the 6'6", 6-pack, 6-figure, 6 foot. But if you don't fit into those qualifications, you're a stalker, which is very, very odd, don't you think?
Here's the thing about calling, texting, being really sweet. You only
seen
get
as a
away
stalker
with
or a
this
simp.
if you're quite attractive to the woman. You
Like
see
I
what I'm
said.
saying? The average guy, you try calling and texting and being really sweet to the average woman before the first date. A lot of women say that they want this, but in truth, they just get absolutely creeped out by this behavior.
Yeah,
They think
they'll
you're
call
the
you a
weirdest dude ever.
stalker or a weirdo. Like you
This
said.
is just, guys, you don't believe me. If you don't want to believe me, you just want to say, oh, Taylor, you're just some animated vampire. You don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. Go out there and try this behavior that women tell you to do and get back to me.
Well,
see
you'll end
how
up with
it
a
goes.
restraining
And I
order.
believe in the situations where it does work, it's kind of like you're succeeding in spite of anyway. Like the woman would have liked you more had you not been calling and texting her and being really
Yeah.
sweet and texting her best friend and asking about all of this gifts and everything like this.
It's funny because women themselves will admit to this. I was scrolling on Facebook Reels of all places, and I came across this one where it was this. I don't know if it was Instagram or Facebook. Doesn't matter. They're both owned by by Lizard Man Zuck. But it was essentially this woman. And she was like, oh, you received a notification. She's like pretending to be asleep on the couch. And she's like, oh, waking up, listening to the notification. It's like, hello, my queen, beautiful daylight of the world. I bought you, I scheduled a brunch appointment for us today. We're going to go to a fancy 5-star restaurant. And I ordered you a limo to come pick you up. Where you're fancy. And then she like stops and she's like, and goes right back to sleep. Then it's like, it's like the nice guy versus the bad boy. And then it's like, hey, bitch, wake your fat ass up. We're going to go eat IHOP and you're paying and you're picking me up. And she's like, ooh, so romantic, so suave. What a catch. And it's like women know this themselves and they'll admit to it, but then they won't. But then they'll just continue being fucking like the way they are and then go on the internet and bitch and moan. And obviously it's not all women. It's only the select few. I'm generalizing for you fucking weirdos down in the comments that don't know what a generalization is.
A lot of women will treat you like you're very damn weird if you start doing this stuff. It only works, again,
It's so
if you're
cringe.
really quite attractive to that woman, at least.
And even like texting our mutual friend and being like, oh, like, what does Tanya like? And he was doing great. However, we were supposed to go out Saturday during the day. On Friday night, we were on the phone, just chatting, and he asked me to send him my location, and I said no. I was like, you don't need to know my address. We've only met once.
How the
Like, I don't
fuck
know,
is he
like, I
supposed
told
to
my
pick you
neighborhood. If you're
up?
trying to figure out how far you are from me, that's all you really need to know. And when I said that, he was like, oh, why? Do you think I'm gonna abduct and kidnap you? And I was like, no, but I don't know you. I'm not sending you my address. And then I decided to let it slide because sometimes people just say dumb things and they don't think about it. I didn't.
I can guarantee he just wanted to know your location so that way he could at least know when he needs to leave the fucking house and come pick you up and at least be at your front door with the car ready. Go up to your door and knock and have like flowers or some shit ready. And you were a fucking bitch about it. I can guarantee that's what happened. Cause this is fucking cringe, dude. Just send the dude your fucking address or send him your location. What's wrong with sending the dude your location when he's gonna pick you up for a date? It makes no sense. You'll trust the fucking Uber driver with your fucking location, won't you? They're more of a fucking stranger than the dude you're texting. They are more than likely to abduct you. And oh
genuinely
my God,
get a feeling of unsafety or danger.
Yeah, so the reason why
So
she didn't
Grady
get
paused.
a feeling of unsafety or danger, again, you guessed it, gentlemen, is because she was attracted to the guy.
Yeah.
If this man was not
She
very
made her
attractive, number
panties
one, she
wet.
wouldn't be having a long phone call with him, probably anyway, unless she was
Yeah.
just using him for free attention.
Or free food.
But the reason why she doesn't feel unsafe or in a dangerous situation is because, again, probably the dude was attractive to her.
Yeah.
That's really, and this is all, by the way, this is all assuming that her story is true here about what actually happens.
Plus, if he truly wanted to like kidnap you, like in that little joke, quote unquote, he could have easily asked your friend what your address was, and then showed up at your door unexpected. Instead, he came to you for your address, and you're just being a fucking cunt about it. Like, goddamn.
Half the time, these stories aren't true. And what really ended up happening was the man rejected her. And so she has to make up these
Oh, yeah,
situations.
the
A lot of these
delusionalness,
videos, guys,
the
whenever women say
delulu
crap
women.
like this, it's like, you know, you can just assume that it's true if you want, but a lot of the time they're just straight up lying.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing: even if they're lying about their situation and you take it as truth, it's still stupid as hell. it still makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Let's keep going.
But then the next day, like 30 minutes before we're supposed to meet, we were supposed to go to this market thing together and then maybe like go to a park to play chess. And he was like, hey, like, let's skip the market. And then he had planned out like this whole day. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great, but I do really want to go to the market as well. So like maybe we can do both. To which his response was, Tanya, you're making it really hard to abduct and kidnap you. How are you...
That's
How
funny.
are you making this statement twice?
Because it's
funny
funny.
the first time you did it.
'Cause it's
still
dark
not
humor
the
funny.
second time you did it. So when he said that to me, I was like, hey, you might not want to make comments like that to a woman that you barely know. And he was like, oh, my sense of humor is just like dark and offensive. If that's a deal breaker for you, let me know. And I was like, no, dark and offensive humor I'm fine with.
Clearly fucking not, because that's a pretty dark and offensive joke, and you're taking offense to it. He obviously meant it as a joke. He was obviously trying to be playful, even flirty, even. And you're just out here taking it at face value like some sort of fucking unhinged lunatic.
therapist literally told me that I had the darkest sense of humor of anyone she's ever
Oh,
met.
great. She sees a therapist.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so
Tyler's
this
so
woman's a
done
pain
with
in
her
the
shit.
ass. The dude probably rejected her,
Oh
and so
my
we
God,
have to
dude.
make up this backwards story about how the dude was making her uncomfortable. That's really what probably happened here.
That, or like they went through all this shit through texts, and then once she said this shit again, he was probably like, you know what? I don't think you're the one for me. And now she's making this video.
Therapist, right? Yeah, therapist.
Yeah,
the dude was
therapy.
clearly joking, by the way, but of course you see, the thing is, when women do crap like this and they make an issue, by the way, out of a joke, the dudes just go, oh, she doesn't really like me.
Yeah.
You know, this is like referred to as S testing, right? You probably heard that phrase. I have to
I have
keep it
not.
real PG over here on YouTube, really on thin ice. But you know, women who make issues like this, whenever dudes just encounter issues with you before they even go on the first date with you, it just puts men off, man. You start like making issues about things that they say or trying to conduct their speech on how they speak with women. A lot of guys, particularly if they have options, they're just going to bounce. They're just going to think that
Yeah.
you're too much of a hassle and you're not actually interested in them.
But I was like,
Even if the guy doesn't have that many options, they're still just gonna bounce. Why the fuck would you want to put up with a headache when you could just, do your own shit?
jokes are generally funny. And then instead of apologizing at this point, he just doubled down and he said, TBH, I don't really appreciate being told how to socialize. Motherfucker, what?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
You're
same.
trying to teach this guy. You're trying to be like, hey, you don't talk to women like that. This joke, it wasn't funny when you made it the first time.
I'm sure
Okay,
there's
peace,
plenty
I'm
of
outta
women
here.
out there who would have found it fucking
You know,
hilarious.
dudes are not interested. If they're starting,
I'm sure there's some fucking crazy bitch that can match his energy that would have been like, how are you so sure that I'm not the one trying to abduct you? You know, or some shit like that. Like a woman who's truly interested and also like likes the dude, not just for his looks but also for his personality, and can match his wit, even if it's the driest fucking wit, drier than the Sahara Desert. If she can match that wit, you know she's a keeper. You say something on the Hinge like, damn, you're making it real hard to abduct you right now. And she hits you with that, oh, well, I'm just trying to abduct you. How about that? Or some other shit like that. Or like, how do you know I'm not the one trying to play you to abduct you and get you in my basement? Then you know you got yourself a keeper, because the dude's going to be like, damn, all right, that's how we playing it. All right, I can be myself around you. Hell yeah.
Starting to get the idea that you're a pain in the ass and you're going to try and tell them how they can and can't conduct their jokes before they've even met you. Of course they're going to bounce. So this woman,
it was also probably a 100% I can change him type of situation,
because this guy was like, nah, I can already tell she's too much of a headache. That's really what happened here. But yeah, guys, we're the ones fumbling because of our ego issues.
Generally funny. And then instead of apologizing at this point, he just doubled down and he said, TBH, I don't really appreciate being told how to socialize. Motherfucker, what? First of all, I didn't tell you how to socialize. All
you
said
did
was, jokes are generally funny.
Wait, didn't 2 seconds ago she was like maybe lecturing him on how to communicate or
she was
something?
like, don't say that to a woman or some shit like that.
But I'm probably being gaslit here by this woman, because I swear 2 seconds ago she was like making a comment on how to communicate or something like that. Like, this is why the dudes don't want to deal
she
with
literally
you,
said,
is
next
because
time maybe don't make that joke to a woman. How is that not telling someone
make
how
a
to
joke,
socialize?
and then you just turn it into an issue and you try and police how they talk within the first 2 seconds. Like, you don't even know this dude and you're trying to tell him how to communicate. Yeah, guys, imagine, right? Here's what goes through the dude's head. Imagine this woman after a month of dating her. No, absolutely not, because these sorts of little behaviors that are just annoying.
Yeah, it's just fucking
just get
wild
worse
to me,
over time.
honestly.
You think that a woman who's criticizing how you speak to her before you've even met her is going to be pleasant if you date her? No, it's going to get
She's
worse.
so
And then
not.
imagine if you marry the woman. Oh, hell no.
Oh my god,
dudes,
dude.
even
It's
if
like
they're
a
only
divorce
looking for
within
a
the
hookup,
first
what they'll
half
do
a
is
year.
they'll just say, nah, I don't think she's even interested in me anyway. And they'll just move on to the next one because they don't care.
Yeah.
And you, by the way, you thought that this man was attractive. So obviously he's going to be able to go out there and get other women.
Yeah.
And so she's pissed about it.
She's good enough for
Second of
you.
all, it sounds like
not
you do
she.
need someone to tell you how to.
He's good enough for you. He's good enough for a few. Like Levi Nix says. And it's true. Like, if he could bag, if he fumbled the bag trying to get you, quote unquote, what makes you think he can't go out there and get another bitch that's better than you? You know, he clearly has options if you lined up, you fucking
How to
sociopath.
socialize, because oh my god, what is wrong with you? And then I was like, hey, I don't really appreciate being told that I'm gonna get abducted and kidnapped by someone I'm about to go on a date with, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this.
No, he probably was the one that
Go for it.
canceled on you.
I mean,
I
again,
guarantee
she's
he's the one that
acting
canceled.
like she canceled this. The dude probably canceled it, or she
Yeah.
was just so upset that she canceled it.
No, I doubt she canceled it. I can guarantee the dude canceled it.
Fumbling, and I thought you understood that it was a joke. But look, see, I don't really. How passive aggressive is this crap, by the way? I don't
Yeah.
really appreciate being told that I'm going to get abducted and kidnapped by somebody that I'm about to go on a date with. The dude was clearly probably joking.
Yeah,
You know?
even being flirty, even.
They just like to make issues out of things, guys, you know?
I'm about to go on a date with, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this. And I did. And all of this is to
Trust
say,
X out.
if you see anything about the male loneliness epidemic and you're a male and you're wondering why, just know it is of your own doing.
Oh, you're right. It is of our own doing because we're choosing to ignore bitches like you. We'd rather be lonely than have to deal with crazy fucking lunatics like you that can't even get their own eyeliner fucking straight. What is this? Why is one side bigger than the other?
So we wrap up this story by blaming all men. So apparently you watching
Yeah.
this right now, sir, if you're watching this from home, you're probably a dude. There's like 3.5 women who watch this channel. But this woman's situation
no women that watch
is
mine.
apparently your fault, by the way. And if you're a man and you're by yourself, then that's just 100% your fault. Nothing. I can't take these women seriously, guys. Absolutely terrible. We're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
But yeah, like this is just fucking wild, dude. These women just need to fucking not even like. There's no helping these women, honestly. What they need is to be sent to the fucking asylum and shit, because that's the only way these women are gonna fix themselves. But anyways, like Tyler was saying, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. You know, like, comment, subscribe, just like that. I myself barely found out that I was subbed to. I wasn't even subbed to Tyler, even though I've been listening to a shit ton of his videos. I was like, wait, I'm not subbed? What the fuck is this? So I subbed real quick. Caught myself lacking. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Do all that YouTube jazz. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want. You don't have to. It's not mandatory whatsoever. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Later.